What's up, everybody? Joe White here. Welcome to another edition of From Pillow to Post. Got a lot to get into today. I wanted to start off here by plugging, of course, the Balding for Truth podcast. I don't know if that's going to be dropping or not. I don't even know if that's obviously it's a joke, but it would be cool if Balding for Truth became a real thing. Come on, Edwards. Shave the head. Cut the hair, Edwards. Come on. We all want to see it happen. Edwards has probably been growing that hair out since he was about 16, 15, whatever the case may be. He's got to have that grunge, heavy metal, long hair. Come on, Edwards. You're an old man. It's time to let you got a kid, got a wife, got responsibilities. It's time to let the rocker look go. So, if anybody wants to see Jeff Edwards with a bald head, give me a hell yeah in the comments section below. You know, it's time to get with the time, Edwards. Cut your hair, you hippie. This may become the new Melvin Dassey. Thank you, AC. Hashtag balding for truth, but no. Just the thought of Edwards with bald head, just, oh. Because it's so not him. I don't know why that just cracked me up. I came in here all ready to talk about balding for truth, and then the thought of Edwards with a bald fucking head. I don't know why this is so funny to me. Oh man, Edwards, you got to pull a Kevin Nash, buddy. It's that time. It's that time. Edwards is now the dad that's got like still got the sports car in the garage. Still wears his leather jacket and I don't know. Reminds me of that song. There's a musician out there called he's like kind of like a comedian musician. His name is Haywood Banks, and he does a song called Bed Bath and Beyond. In fact, let me see if I could play it for you, because this is like Jeff Edwards' anthem right here. Jeff Edwards' new anthem. Let's see if it'll let me play here. This is Jeff Edwards' new theme song, man. See if it'll let me play it. Here we go. Haywood Banks.
I want to play a song for all the guys here. Like a graphic novel, your life used to be crazy. Rocking the microphone, all guns are blazing. You meet a hot chick and she really rocks your scene. Next thing you know, you wake up from the dream and you're at Bed Bath and Beyond. You're at Bed Bath and Beyond. You're at Bed Bath and before you know it, you're talking coupons.
That's Edwards.
Used to be your life was all testosterone. You had inked up the pythons, but bad to the bone.
Edwards has some ink, probably.
You had planes to catch, you had blood to bleed. Next thing you know, you wake up from the dream and you're at Bed Bath and Beyond. You're picking out window treatments, Bed Bath and Beyond, and scented candles, Bed Bath and before you know it, you're talking thread count.
What's that thread count, Edwards? Is it Egyptian cotton?
Skydive jump extreme endurance, have to stop cause of insurance. Oh, Death cage match with bears and vipers. Get permission from your wife first.
It's so Edwards. Cut the hair, man.
Fast and Furious midnight race announce minivan, decaf, and sunscreen. Oh no.
Edwards won't drink decaf.
Rage metal rap about Psycho Slayer. Now you pump the treble on John Mayer.
There he is.
You are like a vicious pit bull named Barracuda. Growling with no collar and never to be neutered. Faster than a trainer can say shake, roll, sit. You're licking at the leash with a cone around your neck, and you're at Bed Bath & Beyond. You're picking out potpourri. Bed Bath & Beyond and bed skirts. Bed Bath & before you know it, you're holding a purse.
There you go.
True story.
Haywood Banks. That's the ballad of Jeff Edwards right there, man. It's time to cut the hair, hippie. Balding, hashtag balding for truth. You want some truth? There's the truth, Edwards. Time to cut the hair, man. I'm just fucking with you, Edwards. Rock that long hair. He's gonna... Edwards is gonna have that long hair. It's gonna be fading, like thinning. He's gonna be like 50 years old and have that Paul Heyman look. Oh shit! I love you, Jeff. I love you, man. Hashtag balding for truth. No, seriously. Check out the Rise of Liberty podcast over on YouTube and iTunes. They got their first iTunes review. That's where the balding for truth came out of. And yeah, check them out. I'll be honest with you, they're the only political podcast that I kind of listen to. They did a nice tribute to George Bush. You know, they say deaths come in threes. George Bush died this past week. Or, well, 2 weeks ago almost. Tom Billington, the Dynamite Kid, died. And Larry the Axe Henning, the father of Kurt Henning and grandfather of Curtis Axel, passed away. I've never seen a Dynamite Kid match. Oh, there go the smarks. What do you mean you've never seen a Dynamite Kid match, Joe? You're not a true wrestling fan unless you've seen the Dynamite Kid wrestle Tiger Mask at Corrigan Hall in front of like 10,000 Japanese. Give me a break. It's before my time. Before my time. Recording this today on December 9th, 2018, from the town of Ozark, Alabama. Parked at the Love's truck stop here in Ozark, Alabama. Heading to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Kind of worried because the parking area where I'm going to be going is tight, they say. Which means it's going to be hard to back the truck up. I'll tell you what, man, these Walmart distribution centers, they got to get it together. I don't get why you have to disconnect from the fucking trailer every time you go to a Walmart now. It's stupid. Stupid. Anyway, the Game Awards were this past week. The Video Game Awards put on by some dude from a video game. Apparently he's a famous game reviewer or gamer, and he decides to chip in his own money and do the Game Awards. He rents out of them the Nokia Theater, I believe it is, and puts on a shit show, which it was this year. I wasn't impressed at all. A lot of people tune into the Game Awards now expecting new games and game trailers and shit like that. It's not a place for that. It's really not the place for that. I think fans were disappointed because they didn't get the fucking latest and greatest in games. Well, there's really nothing big coming out within the next 6 months, is there? We did get Mortal Kombat 11 announced by Ed Boon himself, which was awesome. God of War winning Game of the Year. Red Dead Redemption 2 taking home a couple of awards, including Best Voice Actor for the guy who does the voice of Arthur Morgan. But yeah, I was disappointed by the Game Awards. Really was. PS1 Classic, as it came out this past week, it's a flop. I canceled my pre-order like the day before it came out. All these reviewers on YouTube, like Rich Review Tick USA and everybody else, are like, don't buy it, don't buy it. Well, you bought it. So, take it back. Oh, God. Movie news. We got a little bit of movie news here. A little bit. A lot. The Avengers Endgame trailer dropped on Monday night during Monday Night Football. And the internet has been abuzz over it. You know, it's a really good trailer. There's lots of breakdowns of it out there. Pick your favorite nerd website. They got a breakdown of it. Interesting to note that it has been moved from May to April, which is a month after Captain Marvel. Which furthers my point of they don't give two shits about Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel's a stepping stone. We found out that more people have been dusted. We got an idea of who all further got dusted. Shuri, who is Black Panther's sister, gone. The woman, what's her name? Oh God, it escapes me now. Natalie Portman's character in Thor: The Dark World, Jane Foster. There it is. She got dusted. Basically, any character that will not come back for a Marvel movie has been dusted. Because Natalie Portman is not coming back. She doesn't like the way she was treated. So she's not coming back to the Marvel Cinematic Universe anytime soon. I just feel bad for the Captain Marvel gang. Brie Larson, of course, looks completely fucking useless in that movie. She cracked half a smile during the trailer. She just comes off as having no charisma. She's just like the chick who played Mystique in the newer X-Men movies. She has no fucking personality. None. And you know, and everybody's going, well, we got to reserve judgment because we don't know if that's the way she's supposed to be playing the character. No. Sorry, I refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe that. They would never make a character that's stone-faced and dry. There's nothing there. Spider-Man Far From Home trailer dropped, I believe, either yesterday or the day before in Brazil, to a closed crowd at a comic book convention or some kind of convention down there in Brazil. Apparently Mysterio in this one is a good guy. Jake Gyllenhaal is playing Mysterio, and he's a good guy. And Nick Fury is in it and gives Spider-Man a black suit, because apparently they have to track down mythical creatures. Or not mythical creatures, these biologically enhanced creatures that have been let loose. That doesn't sound too promising. I'm sorry. Spider-Man playing Fantastic Beasts? No. No. I mean, here's the clip. Here is the clip that was shown here in Brazil. Let me hear it. Let me see if I can cue this up for you guys. This comes courtesy of Emergency Awesome. Charlie over there does a really good job as always. But here they are at this damn Comic-Con panel thing. And this is Tom Holland, who plays Spider-Man, and Jake Gyllenhaal, and you got the Indian kid who plays his buddy there. And let's take a listen to this.
The new Spider-Man Far From Home trailer, just for you guys exclusively. Sam Jackson in that trailer.
Yeah,
that was so cool. Even I got goosebumps. I was like, oh, that's Sam Jackson.
The main focus is for him to not be Spider-Man per se, but he gets dragged into it. But, you know, he reluctantly saves the world again with Mysterio.
Oh,
so,
Mysterio.
Yeah. Mysterio's a good guy in this.
That right there. I'm like, no! Can't we ever have bad guys that are actually fucking bad to the bone and just actually fucking going in and tearing shit up?
They're both teaming up to kill the game, to defeat all these elemental monsters.
Elemental monsters. Please tell me they're joking about this and that they're not fucking hinging this on elemental monsters. Please tell me that they're not going this route with this movie. It just, oh man, it sounds horrible. Here's Jake Gyllenhaal now.
These threats to the world, the elementals, elemental creatures, and Mysterio is someone, you know, who knows about them and wants to make sure that the world is safe from them. And Nick Fury asks him to come on and help because he's the only one who really sort of understands them in a way. And then, you know, he teams up with friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
What you want to bet me it goes like this. The elemental creatures will end up possessing Jake Gyllenhaal, and that's how Mysterio turns evil. Guarantee it goes like, oh, it sounds horrible.
And unfortunately, he has to make him become more than just a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Cool black and gray suit we call the stealth suit, but I call it the comfy suit. It's a suit designed by Nick Fury in order to...
Why is Nick Fury designing suits? This tells me right there. This spoils Infinity War. Why is Nick Fury doing shit now for Spider-Man and not Tony Stark? I don't know, folks. I don't know. Tom Holland may have just spoiled some shit for Infinity War right there, or Endgame, I should say. I'm still calling it Infinity War. He may have spoiled some shit for Endgame. Is Tony Stark dead? Does Tony Stark just say fuck it and retires? Does Tony Stark choose to go live in another universe, like another multiverse, if that's the way it is, or another time? Why is Nick Fury designing shit for Spider-Man? Now, there's a huge rumor that Iron Man will become the new director of S.H.I.E.L.D. at the end of Endgame. But still, why is Nick Fury designing shit for Spider-Man? Let's continue with this.
Do something that I'm not going to tell you because it's a secret.
Okay.
But it's really cool. It has all sorts of cool little features. And for me, as an actor, it was really interesting to try and figure out how Spider-Man would move and act in such different attire.
No, his commitment, his energy is non-stop, right? And I can feel him when he comes out there because he wants to tell all of you everything about the movie, and he knows that he can't. So it's mostly just us.
Jake Gyllenhaal, by the way. Let's talk about Jake Gyllenhaal here real quick. I think he's perfect for the Mysterio character because he's so good at playing the nerdy characters. He did a run of Little Shop of Horrors on Broadway, and where he played Stanley, and crushed it. I mean, crushed it. There's footage of it out there. But I like Jake Gyllenhaal.
Being like, shut up, you know? And for me, I know there are a lot of movies, but this character, Mysterio, when they showed it to me, was so original. And the idea and who he is and why he's there is so original and so special that for me, I was like, man, they did it again. You know, I didn't think they could, and they do. And they do it every time.
Cool.
Lights up.
It lights up.
Lights
and sometimes the lights
don't always
don't
work.
light up the right way. They go disco colors.
There actually was one day where they all just started going different colors, and I can't see in that. I can't see the lights, right?
So
I
you'd
was
be doing a scene with him,
and everyone would start looking at me like, "Is that supposed to be?"
So bright.
It's really cool. I mean, the coolest thing about the suit is that there are some major secrets in it.
Yeah, totally.
That are pretty cool.
I always liked the idea of Mysterio. I always thought he was a good villain for Spider-Man. Marvel always does a good job with the suits. I'll give them that. With the superhero suits, the looks. It's always good.
Cool.
Hey everybody, it's Charlie. This is going to be my...
And of course Charlie goes in there with this video explaining the trailer breakdown and everything, and I'll let you guys take it from there, but the main thing that sticks out to me there is him saying Nick Fury, Sam Jackson has designed the suit. To me, that's a big red flag. Big red flag. The Midnight's Edge people. Still, they did a hell of a trailer breakdown the day after this thing debuted, or day it debuted. Sorry, I said earlier that this thing debuted during Monday Night Football. It didn't. I think it debuted Wednesday during Good Morning America. My bad. You know, I'm really thinking about canceling my subscription to Midnight's Edge, and I'll tell you why. I'm sick of the Star Trek shit. I'm not a huge Star Trek fan, and I go to Midnight's Edge to hear about entertainment and everything like that, and I know Star Trek is a part of it. But when you can't do a single video, when you can't do a single podcast without bringing up Star Trek, you might as well be a Star Trek channel. I mean, and even in their pre-recorded videos, when they try to talk about another subject, Star Trek always comes up. Or CBS and Star Trek always comes up. Sick of it. Raw this week. We do need to talk about Raw. I did not watch Raw, and apparently not many of you did either, because it's got the lowest rating ever. Raw has hit rock bottom, just like I talked about last week. It'll probably be up again this week, because it got the lowest rating ever. We got to check it out and find out if it's going to improve, so we got to tune in. I will not be tuning in this week. They've already announced another stupid fucking segment involving the fucking women, where they're going to take live questions and live Twitter questions and have a debate and all this shit like that, and it's just fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid. I don't want to watch it. I'm not going to watch it. SmackDown fans also, too, are fading away fast, which is sad, because SmackDown is a really good show. SmackDown was so fucking good last week, man. So good, I watched it twice. It's really fucking good. The shit they're doing with Becky Lynch, I'm sorry, she is the hottest thing in pro wrestling right now. Becky Lynch is bigger than the Young Bucks right now. She's better than Cody right now. She's better than anything on the indie scene. She's going out there and killing it. But what the SmackDown rating dropping tells me is that fans are just getting sick of WWE in general. I have not watched Raw, but I do want to harken back to when I did watch Raw 2 weeks ago. If you remember, when Becky Lynch did the whole Taboo Tuesday-esque thing of lining the women up and going down the aisle, and the crowd was cheering for some, cheering for less, cheering for others, blah, 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 and they got to Asuka, and the crowd just fucking went apeshit. It reminded me of Finn Balor. Finn Balor is the Asuka of Raw right now. A talent that gets treated like shit. Now, granted, he's in the main event. Sometimes he's on the show all the time, and he's pretty much right now the number 2 babyface on Raw. People say it's Elias. I disagree. Because Finn Balor's the one out there 2 weeks ago. Or was it from what I read, he was on a lot of the show. I think he's the guy that the fans really want to see in that top spot. But for whatever reason, Vince just doesn't see it. Now the main part of this show not the main part. I'll save this for a minute. But I want to talk about another podcast, and this is going to be my anti-YouTuber bit of the week here, I guess. And it's not going to be anti, actually. It's going to be praising somebody. I generally don't listen to these guys because the guys, they got that New York accent, that fucking Italian New York Guido Goodfellas accent bullshit going on. But Don Tony and Kevin Castle. Go back and listen to their podcast, I believe, from last week. And it mirrors exactly what I said about Jason Solomon. Now, the only thing that Don Tony does not do is he doesn't call Jason Solomon out for this. He protects Jason Solomon. He goes, I'm not talking about Solomonster and all these people. But he mirrored the exact same thing. I'll call you out, Solomon. Solomon. Oh, Solomon. He ain't going to acknowledge me because he's fucking too worried about his goddamn YouTube views crashing. Fucking snowflake motherfucker. Anyway. Don Tony, getting back to Don Tony and Kevin Castle, they're right on the money this week. They echoed what I had to say. And that these YouTubers do not want WWE to improve. There's people out there that want to see them fail. Just because their precious little YouTube numbers will fucking increase. And it's sickening. Now we can get into the meat of the show, what I want to talk about here. It's going to be a quick show. It's going to be about 30 minutes long here. I'm calling this show What's Good for What's Good for the Goose Isn't Good for the Gander. And I'm trying to tie it into the Avengers and all that, but I really can't do it this week. What's good for the goose, or what's good for the gray goose, isn't good for the gander. How about that? Because it ties into what I'm talking about, the gray goose, and you'll get the reference here in a minute. A few weeks back, people jumped on WWE about taking advantage of Roman Reigns' cancer. When Dean Ambrose said that, he hopes Roman Reigns dies and Roman Reigns deserved his cancer, blah, 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 blah. Which I liked. I thought it was very entertaining. Not everybody thought that way because we're living in the 2018 SJW snowflake world. But then, these exact same people are praising the Jeff Hardy Samoa Joe thing. Now, what kills me about this is alcoholism is a disease. Cancer is a disease. Now, granted, you can choose to drink, you can't choose cancer. But still, they're both serious diseases. There's nothing to be, to me it was entertainment, so I don't care where you go, but any decent person will tell you, which I'm not one of those, obviously, will tell you that, hey, alcoholism isn't nothing to be made fun of either. My father is a recovering alcoholic, has been clean and sober since 1996. But you're always recovering. You're always a recovering alcoholic. Why? Because one beer can take you right back into that addiction, that lifestyle, that disease. So why is it okay for them to, or why is it not okay, I should say, for them to exploit Roman Reigns' leukemia, which obviously Roman Reigns has given them permission to run with it. Yeah, fuck yeah, go ahead, turn it into a gang angle. Why? So that when I come back, I got something to fight for. I got someone's ass to beat. Remember what you said about me? Well, fucking cancer didn't kill me. I'm going to kill you, Obviously, they won't use that verbiage, but you know what I mean. So, why is it not okay to exploit Roman Reigns' leukemia, but it is perfectly okay for them to make references of Jeff's DUI, Jeff's drinking, Jeff's alcoholism, Jeff's drug use, Jeff's past? It's okay to do that. It's okay to bring that up and exploit that. But it's not okay to go, I'm glad he got fucking cancer because it opened up a spot for everybody else. And that's me saying that. I'll be honest with you. Am I sad that he got cancer? Yes, I don't wish that on anybody. I have family members who have had cancer. But you all know my thoughts on this pink ribbon Susan G. Komen bullshit that happens every October. I think it's a business. It's not a charity. I don't like it. But I'm also sick of the fact that you say the word cancer, and that means we got to kowtow to you, give you the keys to the city, fucking throw you a pity party, and treat you like fucking like you're more than, and that you can do no wrong just because you got cancer. Fuck that. I'm not gonna fucking goddamn kowtow, bow down to you because you have cancer. Sorry. Not gonna do it. It's a disease. Life happens. Sorry about your luck. Hope you're okay. Hope you make it through it. But I'm not going to throw you. I've always said this. If I ever get cancer, which I hope I don't, but if I were to ever get cancer, I would not want a pity party. I would not want to be treated differently. I wouldn't want the world to sit there and go, oh, you have cancer. You poor, poor thing. These are the same people that go to church every Sunday and then go home right afterwards and pop a cold one and watch a football game. Fucking hypocritical snowflakes. So my thing is, why is it okay for them to exploit this, but it's not okay for them to say that shit about Roman Reigns? We could turn alcoholism, oh, you got a DUI, Oh, Joe did a PSA, a fake smart-ass PSA about drinking. But goddamn Dean Ambrose comes out there and goes, oh, Roman Reigns burns in hell from his cancer. Oh, yeah, it's distasteful. That's wrong. I ain't gonna lie. When I heard he had cancer, when I heard he had leukemia, a big, big part of me, like I said, small part of me, okay, glad. You know, I hope you come through it. I'm glad you're getting treatment. I hope you're going to be okay. But 75% of me was like, fuck yes! No more Roman Reigns! No more goddamn being pushed down our throats every fucking week. No more of this shit of, you know, he's the next John Cena. Because guess what? There is no next John Cena. I've been saying it for years. John Cena pretty much let the business ruin his fucking life and his health. Because look at the state he's in now. The man can barely lift one of his right shoulder, I think it is. Nobody is going to have that dedication. And that's one thing that I've always praised John Cena for, as much as I can't stand him. Is that he never said no. He dedicated his life to the business. But no other guy besides Cena is going to do that. And Vince needs to realize that. Roman Reigns has a wife and a kid. He's not going to do that. So when Roman Reigns came out there and said, oh, I got leukemia and I got to go, but I'm going to be back, big 75% of me was like, well, this is going to force Vince's hand. This is a good thing. Getting cancer's not good, but the fact that you got to go the fuck away, yay! Because I can't stand Roman Reigns. Again, I don't wish cancer on anybody, but in this case, I was like, fuck yeah. And then when they turned it into a story, I was like, fuck yeah, because this is what you would do if you were a bad motherfucker who had no morals left. You would fucking say shit like that. It makes sense. But no. Yeah, why you guys say that? He's got the cancer. How dare you? But it's okay, you know, we laughed at the Samoa Joe alcohol PSA from SmackDown this past week. Why is there such a double standard? So that's why I'm titling this episode, What's Great for the Grey Goose is Not Always Good for the Gander. Drink responsibly. You've just been taken from pillar to post. Have a good week, my friends.